Hey guys, if you can hear me, please let me know. Once I get some confirmation you guys can hear me, then we can get going. Still, yeah, we can. Okay, cool. All right, so let's just get into it then. So looking at the SPS action, right? Had our pre-market game plan. You guys can go watch that YouTube live that we did, or you can go read it in the Discord, right? Key thing to note, getting into our ranges for the day, right? Always starts with our transition zone, 65.70, and you'll see basically held to the penny right in here. I mean, price came, or we can look at this one rather. Price came right into that transition zone, found support, exactly what we want. Then we have 80, which is the top of the drunken sailor range. Get that right there, right? Again, just the gradient, distribution of speculation, how we get that. And then kind of between 80 and 90 right there. So kind of expecting a marble, kind of moving back and forth between there. If we can overtake 90, start to see call speculation come in, then we can perhaps progress up to 6,500. But getting over 6,500 is going to be a tall task. Looking at the market trend model, right? I mean, this is RSP, by the way, the equal weight index. Very brutal session. A lot of divergence between SPX and the RSP, just because the Mag 7 was holding up the SPX. But starting to see that bottom, starting to see a little bit of a bounce, not even at 50% of that down move yet, so nothing to get too excited about. But filter tick, starting to see a little bit of buying. Cumulative tick, expanding higher above railroad tracks, so short-term momentum is with the bulls. So yeah, right, where are we? Right, price action day is centered really around that drunken sailor range. So right, we've progressed up to the 5,900 strike right now. So granted, I know 5,900 is 5,000. It's not really a massive amount of room. So maybe kind of hard to size risk against. But right, the good opportunities are around the DEX transition zone, drunken sailor range, and now we're kind of getting that move higher. Let's look at vol M. So go to our intraday volume analysis. So fairly choppy action. However, something important to note now is we're starting to see that the behavior of the call centroid is moving above the line of best fit. So what that means is the line of best fit is assuming all things equal based off of how we've transacted from the open until this point in time, we're expecting this path of the centroids. However, when you get the actual centroid trending above, then what that's going to do is that's going to naturally bring it up over time. So if you're seeing speculation above the lines of best fit, that means, okay, so call speculators are starting to increase their speculation a bit here. So just something to keep in mind. 6,500 nonetheless is still going to be a key level overhead. So pay attention with that. Going to NetStat lastly. So right, NetStat is just a summarization of all our 3D surface models. So we can see Charm is fairly at parity here. So, we're not having like a massive force underneath us or below us. We can see there's a ton more deltas in the left-hand plane than there are on the right-hand plane. So I would expect net that's constructive for Charm. This should continue to increase over time, assuming spot price doesn't like melt down from here. So yeah, 4,900 key level underneath us, then 6,500 obviously key level overhead. Don't really have a ton else to say on the 0DT front. That's kind of what we're watching right now. Now we can get over to, well, if you guys have any questions, let me know on that before we're moving on. So from a swing trading point of view, right, this is market trend models constructive, looking at SPXA, SPXP full complex, that's constructive as well. Put on a couple swing trades yesterday. You can see those right here. So right, Uber taking a little bit of a heat, but everything else is working nicely at the moment. Walking through the rationale why I took those trades. First off, it starts with So I'm loading this. First off, it starts with this. I know it may look like a lot, but this is just our spreadsheets we produce every morning, right? I've created a little bit a database for myself, and so I just have two quick scans that I run. One's 100 billion bull list, one's a bear list. 100 billion just means the market cap needs to be 100 billion. Reason for that is just it's a large liquid stock, so I don't have to worry about like a meme stock it being cut by 50% overnight. Gives me a little bit of comfort there. But yeah, and then, simply just above the 21 EMA, there's just simple kind of TA, helps me refine the list a little bit. Delta balance state needs to be above 0, so that means calls are more dominant than puts. And so, right, trending higher, call dominated more than puts. This is a good list. And from there, I bring that into trading view, start going through it, and yeah, so generally what I was doing yesterday is like I bought the Qs. Why did I buy the Qs? Because it was above positive transition, call dominated, and it was breaking above prior day high, right? And so we know that something that is moving higher should continue to move higher, and if it does not do that, then that is information, right? Our thesis is not playing out, so we need to take a step back and understand why. And that's just a good way to operate on an if-then basis, right? So if we take out the low of the signal candle that I was in, then I would get out of the trade. But right now, continues to progress nicely. Same thought with SPY. I don't love buying all-time highs. Would rather buy a pullback, but beggars can't be choosers. Looking at Amazon, again, same thought process. Brought this candle right in here above P-trans, all that good stuff, and having a very nice move higher today. Citi. Again, you guys are going to see the same thing, right? Very simple, above P-trans, breaking above prior day high, trending higher above the EMA, all that good stuff. So Citi, perfectly fine, a little bit of a pullback, no harm, no foul. I'm selling mostly put spreads, so perfectly fine if it pulls back a little bit. I really don't care. Uber's the one that I'm watching right now. Reason being is it just hasn't performed well. What I wanted it to, right? But not everything can be winners. It's unrealistic. So this is my signal candle here. So intraday it did breach it, but the market is overall strong. So I'm just letting it kind of do its thing right now. Hasn't fallen below P-trans. It actually held P-trans to the penny, dang near to the penny. So exactly what we want to see there. So again, good key level of reference. If I'm out of this stock, whatever, it's fine. Take a little loss, move on. And then looking at Palo Alto Networks, again, same thought here. Breaking above this consolidation, moving higher today. That is good to see. So yeah, I know I don't have P-trans up here, but if we pull up PANW real quick, we'll see. Yeah, so P-trans 185. Unfortunately, plus GEX here is at 190. So I want to see this move higher up to like 200. So that's something I'm gonna be watching there. But yeah, as long as we hold P-trans, it looks fine to me. So yeah, that's kind of prepared remarks I got. If you guys have other questions, let me know. Happy to answer any questions you guys have. So let's go into the bull list today, right? Yeah, Nvidia, Tesla, Intel, Apple. Apple looks pretty good. I'm not interested chasing it up here, but it still looks good. Amazon, another great day. Honestly, could have bought it again if you wanted to. I just don't view it as super extended right now. Google, I didn't buy Google yesterday just because it's at all-time highs. Just been rocketing higher. So, Bank of America. This is Pfizer, right? This is a good example of one where it's on the bull list, yeah, but it's breaking down here. So, not interested at all in this name. In fact, could maybe have shorted it, but that's fine. UNH, consolidation. Yeah, break above these kind of consolidation, get above B-trans could be interesting to the upside. Citi, one I'm already in. I was looking at MU again today too. It's not above P-trans, so that's the reason I didn't get into it. I could have cheated, yeah, but I didn't want to, so that's the reason I didn't get into MU. Uber in this, not cooperating for me. Nike, nothing. Wells Fargo, the entry was last week, not today. Cisco, this was one I was looking at today. Looked very interesting. I didn't pull the trigger on it, obviously, but I mean, this was a very nice consolidation candle. Now breaking above prior day highs, above P-trends, all that good stuff. So didn't take it, but that's fine. Let's just go look at it on the web app real quick. I think another reason maybe is because PlusGex is at 70, and we're not seeing that progress up any. So maybe that's the reason why I didn't take it. I don't remember, but it is what it is. What else we got? AT&T. Yeah, so AT&T is an interesting one. See if we can get above, prior day high. BA was one I was looking at. Unfortunately, the entry was on Monday, not on Tuesday. Sorry, I was getting confused there. XOM, I mean, just been rocketing higher. Disney, I mean, this is encouraging to see it. I mean, it'd be encouraging if we could get above prior day high after kind of failing to go lower here. Let's look at this real quick on the, we don't have the script. Yeah, so I went through Tesla. Yeah, so Disney's super interesting, actually. I really like this setup. It's right at transition zone up to 125. So, yeah, I like Disney a lot here, actually. So I set the alert, see if we can get above prior day high. If it does, I will probably enter that name. Document that in the Discord if we do it. CMCSA. CMCSA. Yeah, that's another interesting one as well. So 33.5. 33.5. We'll set alerts so you can get above that for us. JPM, Merck, not looking good. Yeah, so healthcare is 3 top healthcare names that look like crap. So Qualcomm, Netflix. Yeah, so I really like Netflix here too. That was a name. Netflix. Let's see how the structure looks. Oh my, yeah, structure looks great in Netflix. I'm probably gonna take this actually after we get done with this stream. That looks really good. Breaking above prior day high. Everything you want to see on a weekly chart looks like it's gonna break higher as well. Yeah, so Netflix looks nice there. Probably gonna take that after we get done here. Oh, fucking trash. So, embarrassing guys, but I need 5 seconds. I gotta go take my trash out real quick. I forgot it's trash day. All right, we're back. All right, where were we? Yeah, Berkshire, this was one. Yeah, I didn't see it till yesterday. The entry was on Tuesday, so yeah, unfortunately missed that one, but that looks good there. Schwab is what I'm looking at. Didn't take it yesterday. Failure to go lower today. It's above P-Trans right now. Looks good. So we'll be looking at that one. App. Yeah, I mean, this thing's a beast. So yeah, you guys get the picture. You guys get the process. So I'm gonna look at Tesla. I mean, Tesla, yeah, I mean, look, it's holding P-Trans to the penny. Exactly what you want to see here. So you can see we got up to plus GEX, which is kind of natural monetization level. So this action makes a lot of sense to kind of ping pong. The only unfortunate thing is there's just only a 10-point gap between P-Trans and plus GEX. Ideally, you know, plus GEX is up at like 400 as an example, which that risk to reward would be really nice. Unfortunately, it's just not there right now. You can see overall kind of on the daily chart, weekly chart, just a massive chopping consolidation range. So let's go to the bear list real quick. You know, Palantir, Baba, Walmart, Oracle, starting to reverse the trend a little bit. Coke looks like crap. Next Extra, Starbucks. Starbucks maybe, you know, on watch for some kind of lower high being put in there. CrowdStrike, Costco, PM, Gilead again, another healthcare name looks like garbage. So yeah, you guys get the idea. That's how I go about it. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. If not, we can end it there so I can go get into Netflix. But I'm just joking. We can stay on here as long as you guys want. Looking at SPX again. Yep, SPX. I mean, it held 64.90. Now progressing up to 6,500. See if we can get there. It's kind of what we would be looking at. Crowd. Alright, cool. We can go on crowd. Crowd. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's on my bear list. Just keep that in mind. Obviously, bucking the trend today. CRWD. I mean, crowd actually looks pretty good here. So, cannot. Yeah, crowd looks very good here. As long as 427.50 holds up to 450, and then, you know, speculation. Let's see what the monthly expiration looks pretty good. So yeah, crowd doesn't look awful here. Don't hate it. So yeah, vol-M, I mean, vol-M just comes progressive. The thing that we're going to looking at for vol-M here is, yes, we want to see this continue to expand higher, but if for whatever reason it starts to flatten out, maybe once you get to 6,500, that's going to be very important to understand, because if it starts to flatten out, the upward progression is probably done for the day. So you could maybe start selling premium of a spot price. Maybe look at, if you know, start chopping the rest of the session, maybe look into butterflies and the close, that good stuff. So that's going to be what we're focused on. But look, I mean, the market trend model continues to lift here, so don't necessarily want to fight the overall trend of the market. Yep, totally. Mr. Hedge Fund 6,500, definitely in target. Key level on the SPXP full complex as well. So, all right, cool. I think I'm gonna wrap it there. We've been on 20 minutes right now. Gonna get back into the Discord. Last thing, because we are the sponsor of this video, quick plug. Not plugging free resources for you guys. So hopefully you guys can live with that. But GameEdge.us, go to either our blog, which we have over 20 blogs, or free courses. GameEdge FastPass, right? That's our entire methodology, strategies, all of our tools, basically everything a paid member gets when they enter. That's our entire onboarding, more or less. So free to you guys. Just keep in mind it's basically made up of our blog, so you don't need to like go back and read back and forth. This is just kind of more of a tailored course, so to speak, for you. So we have quick start guides for swing trader, for 0DT trader, all that good stuff. Or sign up for our newsletter. Last weekend we did one on how to find asymmetric trades, 5 to 1, 10 to 1 trades using our tools. This weekend's going to be covered calls, and so we're going to be doing a lot more strategy newsletters coming up, because we laid the foundation throughout this whole year on getting you up to speed if you're someone that doesn't know what the options market are, or why they're important, and all of our free tools. And now it's kind of hitting on like how to find asymmetric trades, how to do cover calls, all that good stuff. So hopefully you guys find value in that. Feel free to sign up. Again, it's free. Yes, you got to give us your email, because we run you through sequences for the email, so we guide you through the course, which I find is important to keep you engaged, because right, with these self-paced courses, a lot of people don't finish them just because they don't have the discipline to do it. So the emails kind of help keep you engaged. And if you don't want to give your email, then no worries. And so taking my trash. All right, cool. Well, that is all I got for you guys. You guys have a great rest of the day. Tomorrow's Friday. May take a half day. So I'm not sure if we're going to do the stream or not, but and then Monday's holiday. So either see you tomorrow or we'll see you Tuesday. But you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.